Hey everyone, so this is Catfish Season 9, Episode 9, Nyhjee and Cianna. So Nyhjee is 18, lives in Philly, and he met Cianna 2 years ago on Instagram. She lives in Delaware, is also 18, and we find out in the letter or an email that he sent Nev and Kamie that he took a train there and she set him up. She'll talk on the phone, but not video chat, and he has her money. So bring him on Zoom, and we find out there that, she lives with her mom and sister. And after a while, all she did, she deleted all of her photos off of Instagram, and only the profile picture is available to see. He has sent her money because her transmission on her car broke and she needed money. When she asked for money, she said send it to a friend of mine's Cash App, whose name is Manuel. So he explains that when he had gone down to meet her, she had a family emergency which came up when, and so she goes to him. So that's what it was. So he shares his phone screen, shows them pictures of Cianna and the text messages before he gets off the Zoom, and sends them everything that he has about her. They then start their investigation with the photos, don't find anything, check the number, and there's literally zero results on either website that they use. They then try to Google her name and find a race, and like a website for a race that was held in the city that she lives in 2015 comes up, and it looks like she may have participated, and she would have been about 13 at the time, and the category for that she ran in is for the age range that she would have been, or the age she would have been in at the time. So they didn't try to look up men on Facebook and find too many hits to really kind of narrow it down. They then call the Dairy Queen that she supposedly worked at. Someone answers and says she will have someone call them back if she can find anything. So all they can really do is wait. So the next day, they think the person at the Dairy Queen couldn't find anything out, and so that's why they had called back. So they then gets Nyhjee back into the Zoom, tell them what they found, which is literally next to nothing. And then Nev gets a text message from someone saying that she knows something about Cianna. We'll get her on the phone, but not video chat. She says that she just call her Polo, and she doesn't really give much information. And so Nev's thinking like, this is the person on the phone is actually Cianna. So when they get off the phone, they change the number, and of course they can't find anything yet again. So Kamie thinks that Cianna seems to be paying extra for her number not to be able to be searched. They then text the number for Cianna, but not mention Nyhjee just in case she is talking to several other guys. They get a text back a few minutes later saying that people steal pictures and use them to make fake pages. So they try to get on Zoom, and so she's like, well, I have to talk to my mom first about it, and say, well, I can try to do it this weekend, but I still have to ask my mom or whatever. The Kamie's like, well, she's just trying to suss things out, see what they all know, and Nev calls her bluff and is like, well, it's now or never, but she still refuses, saying she can't help it. So Nyhjee texts her is like, well, get on the freaking Zoom call, just get on the freaking Zoom call, and so she ends up doing that, and turns out it's actually her, and she's like, well, she keeps peddling the excuse, well, my mom is overprotective and yada yada, but like at this point she's 18. I mean, I think you're still living at your mom's house, and she could very well be like, look, you do this, and I'm gonna have to kick you out. I get that her mom could very well, giving her that ultimatum right now, but she's 18. Like, come on. Like, your mom can't control you now that you're 18. Like, I don't get it. Like, I understood when you were 17 years old or younger, because you're not legally an adult, but you're 18 now. Like, why the fuck do you have to consult your mom about what you do now? I mean, I get you trying to look out for you, and then that's that. I appreciate parents being that worried, but like, now you're 18. Like, come on. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Um, and basically everything that they found out was true. Even the polo, like, friend or whatever. Um, and so Nyhjee then spills his guts and tells her, not only was I seeing other girls while on our breaks, but because they had a couple breaks over the last 2 years. But he's also been seeing other girls even when they were exclusive and all that. And it's like, it sounds like, the fuck are you talking about? Um, and so they talk to Cianna by themselves, and she's like, well, we had this conversation that we would be exclusives, and so he crossed a boundary. And when they get him back in the room, he's like, well, I'm sorry for having done that, especially without having told you. Um, excuse me. And so she's like, well, I can't promise that we can move forward or whatever and do all this stuff. I can't promise that we will, be able to be in a relationship, but I'll definitely, what I'll do is I'll still talk to you and be friends, but you have to earn my trust back. So after filming, they're just talking as friends. Um, and she's even invited him to meet up with her in the summer at her place or whatever, um, and see where things go. But that's really about all that we find out. Um, I don't know. It's just like, these past few episodes really just have not been all that great. Personally, they haven't been coming with the drama like I've been wanting. So I don't know about y'all, but these past few episodes really just have been missing this veer mark. Like, it's just really not that great. I don't think. Like, even the ones that I think would have been messy really haven't been as messy or shocking to me. They're not as good or whatever. So I don't know. Um, that's just my 2 cents. Um, Catfish next week centers around a guy named Aaron who's engaged but is talking to a man named Trayvon. So that sounds juicy because of the fact that Aaron is supposed to be engaged, and it's like, and he's talking to um, this other guy, and it's like, if you're supposedly engaged and supposed to be happy, what, like, there has to be more to the story about why he's talking to another person romantically outside of his monogamous romantic relationship. So it's just, so we'll see what happens next week. But I swear, these episodes better start bringing some juice, because it's like, and some drama, because these episodes really ain't it, or haven't been it, the last like 5 episodes, and I'm just like, I thought there was gonna be some like juice last episode when Nyhjee was like, oh, I have to tell you something, and then they just went to break 2 seconds after. He's like, I need to tell you something to Cianna. It's like, and of course, I mean, it wasn't that juicy to me. It wasn't all right. I mean, it just wasn't. So With all that said, I'll see you guys next week.